Good evening, dear friends of the heart. Tonight, we're attending a local art show where Lily confronts her growing feelings for Nate and the terrifying prospect of letting her carefully curated mask slip. Expose yourself to raw emotions as the facade crumbles and true beauty emerges. Chapter 7. Brushstrokes of Change. The local art gallery hummed with quiet conversation and the soft strains of ukulele music. Lily hesitated at the entrance, smoothing down her floral sundress. She'd opted for minimal makeup and let her hair fall in natural waves, a far cry from her usual polished Instagram look. Her hand hovered over her phone in her purse, a familiar urge to document the moment rising. With a deep breath, she let her hand fall to her side. Tonight was about experiencing, not posting. As she stepped inside, her eyes scanned the room, landing on a familiar figure. Nate stood before a large canvas, his brow furrowed in concentration. The sight of him, relaxed in a linen shirt and khakis, so at ease in this environment, sent a flutter through her chest. Lily approached quietly, coming to stand beside him. For a moment, they both gazed at the painting in silence. A vibrant depiction of a local fish market, all bold colours and dynamic brushstrokes.
"It's beautiful,"
Lily murmured. Nate turned, a smile lighting up his face.
"You came."
"I said I would, didn't I?"
Lily replied, ignoring the way her heart skipped at his evident pleasure. As they moved through the gallery, Lily found herself captivated not just by the art, but by Nate's commentary. His passion for the local culture shone through in every observation, every anecdote about the artists. They paused before a series of photographs, and Lily's breath caught. The images captured everyday moments of island life: a child's laughter, an old woman's weathered hands, a fisherman's quiet pride. They were raw, real, and undeniably beautiful.
"These are incredible,"
Lily breathed.
"The way the photographer captured the emotion in each shot."
Nate nodded, a hint of pride in his voice.
"Thanks. They're, actually mine."
Lily's eyes widened.
"Nate, these are, wow, you're really talented."
Their eyes met, and for a moment, the crowded gallery faded away. Lily felt a sudden urge to reach out, to bridge the small gap between them. The moment was shattered by a voice behind them. "Nate, there you are, man!" They turned to see a local artist approaching, his arms open wide. As Nate greeted him warmly, Lily took a step back, suddenly feeling out of place. This was Nate's world, full of authentic talent and genuine connections. What was she doing here, playing at being something she wasn't? Her gaze drifted back to Nate's photographs. One, in particular, caught her eye. A young girl, her face alight with wonder as she watched a sea turtle on the beach. The joy in the image was palpable, unfiltered. Unbidden, a memory surfaced. The bonfire on the beach. Nate showing her the candid photos he'd taken. The way she'd felt seeing herself through his lens. Real. Unguarded. Beautiful. Lily's hand twitched towards her phone again, the instinct to share, to curate, to filter rising. But something held her back. She thought of her followers, of the resort campaign still hanging in the balance. What would they think if they could see her now, bare-faced and uncertain in a world so different from her usual glamorous posts?
"Lily?
Nate's voice broke through her reverie.
You okay?"
She turned to find him watching her, concern etched on his features. The local artist had moved on, leaving them alone again.
"Yeah,
Lily gestured vaguely at the photographs.
I was thinking about my own work, how different it is from this."
Nate's brow furrowed.
"Different doesn't mean bad, Lily. Your work has value too, just in a different way."
"Does it?"
The words slipped out before she could stop them.
"Sometimes I wonder if I'm really creating anything meaningful or just selling a fantasy."
Nate was quiet for a moment, his eyes searching her face. Then gently he took her hand.
"Come with me. I want to show you something."
He led her to a quiet corner of the gallery, where a small crowd had gathered around a painting. As they approached, Lily could see why. The canvas seemed to glow from within, depicting a sunrise over the ocean in luminous hues.
The artist uses a technique that incorporates crushed pearls and coral into the paint.
Nate explained softly.
It's what gives it that ethereal quality. Some people say it's gimmicky, not real art, but look how it affects people.
Lily watched the viewers' faces, the awe, the joy, the wistful smiles. One woman was wiping away a tear.
You see?
Nate continued.
It might be a fantasy, but it's creating real emotions, real connections, just like your work does.
Lily felt something shift inside her, a seed of an idea taking root. She thought of her followers, of the messages she received about how her posts brightened their days. Maybe there was a way to bridge these two worlds, the polished and the authentic, the aspirational and the real. As if reading her thoughts, Nate squeezed her hand.
You don't have to choose, between your world and this one.
Lily looked up at him, struck by the warmth in his eyes. For a moment, she allowed herself to imagine it. A life where she could have both. The thrill of creating beautiful content and the satisfaction of telling real stories. A life that might include the man standing beside her, who challenged her and supported her in equal measure. The moment stretched between them, charged with possibility. Lily felt herself leaning in slightly, drawn by some invisible force. Then her phone buzzed loudly in her purse. Reality came crashing back. Lily stepped away, her cheeks flushing.
I should probably check that.
Nate nodded, a flicker of disappointment crossing his face before he masked it with a smile.
Of course, duty calls, right?
As Lily fumbled with her phone, seeing another message from her manager about the resort campaign, she felt torn between two worlds. The path forward wasn't clear, but for the first time, she felt excited about the possibilities. She looked back at Nate, who was giving her space, but watching her with a mixture of concern and something deeper, something that made her heart race. Whatever came next, Lily realized, it wouldn't be something she could filter or curate, and maybe, just maybe, that was okay.